Hello, my name is Dan Pop, and today we'll be talking about computer science and the topic of artificial intelligence and its potentials. So, the outline for today is we will discuss my research question that I developed, the research in progress that comes after the question, my synthesis map of the research, the difficulties/obstacles that I may have encountered during the research, and my conclusion and closing thoughts on it. Start off my research question. I developed a draft of my research question that what will computer science achieve in the next 100 years? To answer this question, I decided to answer it with another question. What is AI and what are its potentials? So my research in progress is I started using Googlepedia, which means Google and Wikipedia for my pre-search, meaning I develop a summary, a good abstract thought of what the field is about and the topics that I might encounter in it. After that, I identified some basic contemporary articles that helps me identify my research question. And from there, I can advise into a more specific research question such as AI and other contemporary topics. To that, I find scholarly articles based on keywords for my research questions such as AI, algorithms, coding, and other rudimentary words. I then read and analyze articles and I save it to a specific file so that I can come back later. For that, I can format my research notes into Cornell notes, a way that I can organize my thoughts, and that would be unified into a synthesis map for comparison and contraction of such various sources. Moving on into my synthesis map, I developed a different way of putting all my thoughts into order. I branch it out from computer science all the way into different categories of various colors, as you can see in blue, orange, and yellow. All of these are written by different authors on the same topic. They all flow into each other as shown in my details. Non-programming concepts are categorized in blue, which is such an agile development system. In order to create code and programming and AI, you have to develop a way to unify together with other people in order to put ideas together to present them. Programming concepts are also categorized in orange, such as coding languages and programming. These are the rudimentaries to AIs. AI need this. Without understanding basic concept as the code and the binary sequences behind it, it is impossible to understand code and to fully in depth understand it. In gold, AI concepts and examples are shown, such as facial recognition and COVID analyzers from coughs. The material flows more with each other than it actually contrasts. Authors are actually agreeing with each other. They understand the basics, going from agile development systems to developing code and algorithms in order to create products such as AI. It is from rudimentary to developed ideas. It is a top-down situation where you understand it's like a pyramid. You understand the basic concepts and it can flow into more developed ideas such as artificial intelligence. Some of the research obstacles that occurred to me were some of the articles were just too complicated to understand. Many of the articles were talking about contemporary topics such as algorithms into specific examples such as the COVID detector, for example. It was analyzing cough detections and using Hertz and other sorts of physics that were a little hard to understand for the someone going into the research, someone who's just starting to understand it. Many of the articles were filled with mathematical expressions and variables. This is expected out of scholarly articles, and many were theoretical and abstract. Someone who is new to the field, someone who's trying to understand it, who knows the rudimentary basics of the field, it can be a little difficult to understand. That was my obstacles. And my closing thoughts is this is intended as an informational guide, and I hope this will be helpful to people who are just understanding, who are basic in the understanding of the field. This can be a very complicated field, very fast, full of algorithms and mathematical expressions, but to summarize it, AI is the future of programming, and it is a major contemporary topic within the field, and I hope that I can clear some of the misunderstandings and complications with the topic. Thank you very much for listening.